Welcome back to National Report. Here's a live look at the Dow right now. Again, another surge up 2%, trading above 480 points right now and still climbing. The market's only been open for about 19 minutes now. Joining us now, Doug Flynn, certified financial planner. Doug, good to see you, but you're a finance guy here. What do we make of this second day here of a surge on the markets?
Yeah, well, after you go through the quickest downturn of more than 30%, it only took 22 days. And the previous record was 31 days in 1929. When you go through that kind of a drop, it isn't surprising that you have some kind of a snapback for a day or two. Some would call this a bear market rally. We're clearly in a bear market. This is a rally off of that, although some of it is tied into the fact that they're passing this stimulus package, and that's a good sign. So the anticipation of that yesterday and then coming through today. But it wouldn't surprise me if this is something that then kind of settles back down again before we really get through this on the other side.
Okay, that's an interesting point to bring up as well. The $2 trillion coronavirus relief package, what does this mean for everyday Americans?
Yeah, I mean, it puts money in the pockets of people that might be having some issues getting through a tough time. You know, we have to remember that almost half of Americans don't have any money in savings, and about a quarter of them have less than $1,000. So, you know, okay, 25% of the people have more than that, but three-quarters of the people, you know, this makes a big difference on getting through paying their rent, paying their expenses, and whatnot. And we're also going to go through a pretty quick drop in GDP as everybody is really pretty much shut down their spending for a couple of weeks.
I want to play this for you. President Trump here speaking as we still take a live look at the Dow here, again, trading right there around 2% here. But I want to play this for you. President Trump expressing when he would like to reopen the economy. He's kind of getting mixed reviews, but take a listen. We'll come back.
I would love to have the country opened up and just raring to go by Easter.
So he said that at a virtual town hall yesterday. He'd like to have it open by Easter. That's 2 weeks away. What do you think investors would like about this idea, and then could it backfire?
Well, look, President Trump is a cheerleader, and he's going to paint an optimistic picture. That's part of what he's there to do, right? So I don't know if that's actually going to come to reality, and maybe in some parts of the country it certainly can. Where we are here in New York, we're just getting bombarded, so it may take us a little longer, although some things might be able to come back online. Maybe people who have been tested, maybe the younger people, maybe it's a rollout. We have to get on the other side of this, and we will get on the other side of this. You can look at previous epidemics and look at what's happened, but we will get on the other side. So I don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks from now, but the sooner the better, obviously, from an economic standpoint.
Yeah, there are two ways to look at it, as you were saying, economic standpoint. The health crisis is number one, but there's another crisis happening, the economic crisis number two here. The president says if we stay out for 4 months, if we stay out for 5 months, it could destroy our country. What's your thoughts on that? Because we still don't really know the long-term effects of what's happening right now with everything being shut down.
Yeah, we don't. It's concerning. Obviously, the country being 70% consumer-based as far as our GDP is concerned and our economy. Look, we had a $22 trillion economy up until about a month and a half ago. Even if you see a very, very negative number, and let's say it's a negative 20% drop, that translates into 5% for the quarter. I don't think a lot of people understand that a negative 20 doesn't mean our economy dropped by 20%. It means it dropped by 5% because they annualize it. That's $1 trillion. And if we drop $1 trillion and they're injecting $2 trillion from this stimulus package and ready to do another $2 to $4 trillion, I think we'll get through it. It's just a matter of how soon and what are the repercussions. We don't know who's going to survive this, who had money set aside for the rainy day. The rainy day happened, and I don't know who's really in good shape. We're going to find out, but hopefully it's 80 to 90% of us get through and get on the other side, and the government can help with some of that and making more people get on the other side.
Yeah, as phase 3 makes its way through. Doug Flynn, certified financial planner. Doug, thanks. Good to see you.